course, Kennedy receiving the kickoff from the Highlanders from Granada Hills. Bob Allen will be doing the kicking, and we're going to get an early idea right now how the Cougars are going to do, possibly without their top runner, Roman Carter. Phil?
Yeah, I saw him in uniform. He's very, very suspect at this time. I have a feeling he's going to play.
Well, I'm sure that he will want to play. Injury does not present a problem. There's a bobble kick there by 32. It's picked up by the Cougar, and down he goes. That was Doug Rodriguez, who took quite a hit, and down he went inside the 20-yard line at the 18, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. The Golden Cougars from Kennedy High School. They come into this contest with a 2-3 record, and they also have some other possible problems offensively. John Thomas, their regular fullback, is not expected to play 44. Instead, it's going to be Terry Riles, 33, in front of Patrick Hardy. Hardy, the tailback, gets the call as he tries to work the left side. Does so, where it looked like Bob Allen, the outside linebacker, was there to make the stop. Also in on the stop, number 15, Carl Uragain, who is the second unit quarterback. He's a 5'10 senior. He backs up offensive starter Brent Sperlin on the offense.
Well, as we know, Kennedy likes to run the ball, so they're going to come out and run the ball to see if they can test that Granada Hills defense.
They get a short 2 on the play, second and about 8.5. In motion goes Como from right to left. Quick opener. Into the secondary goes the ball carrier, number 3. That again is Hardy, and Hardy has the first down with lots of yardage to spare as he finally drew a host of tacklers, including 66 Barry Daniels, 22 Bob Allen. The ball just short of the 40-yard line, and a quick first down for the Cougars.
I think this is the one thing that Coach Stroh was really afraid of, is that Kennedy's got a lot of very, very good athletes in their backfield, and he just doesn't want to let them break one for long yardage.
All right, quarterback number 7 is Eric Evans. He's a senior 173-pounder as he splits his backs. Now they go in the pro set. In motion from right to left goes Andrew Como. Handoff again to Hardy. Hardy this time finds running a little bit difficult as he is corralled and pushed back, but of course the momentum carried across the 40-yard line. Down at the bottom of the pile, number 64, Scott Craven, 195-pound junior. There will be 5 juniors in that defensive lineup for the Highlanders, along with 6 seniors.
We've heard so much about Granada Hills defense. I've been looking forward to them all year. They're only giving up about 120 yards per game. They're a very, very good defense.
Second down, and again, about 8.5. Number 6, Marcus Jones, sets up in the slot to the left, and again, it's Como in motion. It seems to be the set pattern here. And again, the handoff to Hardy. Hardy going for the big gainer this time, but he's going to come up short of the first down as he crosses the 45-yard line. The lone stopper on the play for the Highlanders, number 35, Dwayne Williams, 180-pound junior. The ball spotted across the 47-yard line. It'll be third down coming up in about 3 for the Cougars. They took the opening kickoff and have a drive going. They would like to keep it going with a first down on this next play. Let's see if Como goes in motion again, and there he goes. Quarterback is Evans. Evans on a quick opener, and fighting for what appears to be the first down is the ball player, Hardy. Boy, he's getting a lot of work early, isn't he?
Yeah, he really has. Carried the ball 4 or 5 times already, and that's kind of an indication of things to come, I think, because that was a passing situation. On 3rd and 4, they decided to run the ball. I think they see a weakness. They're going to go after Granada Hills with the run game.
And they got the first down as the ball is at midfield. So consecutive first downs following the opening kickoff, and the Cougars line up in an I formation. They have something going as Hardy comes in motion this way. Up back, gets the ball this time. That's Terry Riles. Breaks one tackle, but there to make the stop on a fine effort was 55 Kevin Hooper, along with 52 Darrell White. White, 185-pound senior. The ball moved forward for about 3.5. It'll be second down and about 7 yards to go for the Cougars. No score here in the first quarter with just over 8.5 minutes remaining.
What a beautiful evening. What a great night to be out there playing football. It's gorgeous out here.
It is indeed that. Little Indian summer here. All right, quick opener for Hardy. He scats forward as he works the defensive left side of the line. Stop made by 35 Dwayne Williams. He is across the 45 to the Granada Hills 42.5. It's going to be third down and about 3. 3rd and 3 for the Cougars. They've kept it on the ground, no doubt about that. As Phil indicated, they seem to have found some weaknesses, and everything has virtually been inside the tackles. All right, this time Como's set up as a split end. Slot man to the right, and we have a penalty flag down. Let's see if Granada's guilty of encroachment. The Highlanders, coached by first-year coach Darrell Stroh, who also is their head baseball coach here, and there's a lot of baseball players that find their way on the gridiron, a lot of good ones. 5-yard penalty for offside against the Highlanders, and a gift first down for the Cougars. They'll take it. The ball spotted at the 38.
Absolutely. Talking about Coach Stroh, he's been very, very successful on the baseball field, and I think he's applied that to the football field now. He has a lot of respect here in the San Fernando Valley.
Brett Logan splits wide to the left side, number 9. Hand off to Hardy, penalty flag down. They stop the play before it really gets unwound. That time Hardy appeared to be going wide. All right. Illegal procedure against the white-clad and gold-clad Golden Cougars. So the 5 yards is given right back to Granada. They say, we'll take it this time. Equalize that earlier mistake on our part. So it'll be first down and 15.
I think for the folks watching, a couple players to watch would be Barry Daniels and Bob Allen, the defensive players for Granada Hills, 2 outstanding players.
All right, I formation. In motion goes Como. Pitch to Hardy. He comes wide right. Hardy across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Allen was there to assist on the tackle. Principal stopper, however, was number 55, and that is Kevin Hooper, 200-pound senior. Second down will be coming up, and 10 yards to go as Hardy was able to get that 5-yard penalty back.
Well, we've yet to see Roman Carter, who they said was injured prior to the game. We haven't seen him yet, but Hardy's been up to the task. He's ran the ball very well.
Yeah, see how durable this young man is, as he's carried the ball a half dozen times at least in the early going. No score, just under 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pitch goes to Hardy. This time he's swinging wide to the left. Cuts inside, still on his feet inside of the 35-yard line. As down at the bottom of the pile once again is Kevin Hooper. They'll spot the ball at the 32. It's going to be a pickup of about 7, third down, and a long 3 yards to go for the Golden Cougars. Head coach, of course, John Haynes, been there a long time, since the start of things at this school about 12 or 13 years ago. I formation. Como moves from right to left behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to perhaps see our first pass of the evening. On its way by Evans, incomplete. Intended out there for number 6, Marcus Jones. Jones had pretty good coverage put on him by 28, Danny Takahashi, along with number 10, Dean Yoshitani.
I think Granada Hills was possibly in a run defense. I think that's what Kennedy thought they would be in, so they tried to pass, and they're going to go for it here on 4th. Definitely, I think they're going to run the ball here for the first down.
4th and 3. All right, Riles along with Hardy, the deep backs. Pass comes out on the bounce, incomplete, I believe.
That's a fumble.
I guess he got it. Fumble is picked up by Granada Hills, and the man that picked up the ball, number 25, Mike Davis, the pass was intended for Como. My angle apparently was not very good because it looked to me like the ball skipped into him, but the officials ruled it a completed pass, and then Como was nailed, all right. The ruling on that was that it was a backward pass or a lateral, so that's why the ball was still in play.
Anytime the ball's a lateral like that, even what I thought it was going to pass the ball twice, but the Kennedy team didn't jump on it after he had fumbled it, and Granada Hills, smart play, picked it up, and they got the ball.
Sure, they have pretty good field position on their first offensive effort of the evening, as number 12, Brent Spurlin, checks in to set his offense. He'll have Khalid Ali in the backfield, along with, we'll check the other ball player in a moment. Quick movement that time. Spurlin on the move, gets a good block on the backfield, now throws, incomplete, intended for Greg Fobel. Out at the Kennedy 40-yard line, incomplete. Fobel, such an, or was that 88? All right, Mark Newman, the intended receiver. 88 and not 86. I was going to say Fobel, such an outstanding receiver, and yet he is only 5'10" and 155. He must have great balance and great hands.
Well, he's a remarkable athlete. Of course, he's an all-city baseball player as well, so that can tell you indication of his hands. He's a great athlete.
Second down and 10 at the Granada Hills 41-yard line. No score. Ali is in the slot left. They're looking for Phobel this time. Incomplete. 86 that time, just at the 20-yard line. Pretty good coverage, one-on-one that time by number 11. That would be John Diggs, as we take another look at this from an isolation view.
Well, and I saw on Phobel here, and again, he's such a tremendous athlete. He can get deep so quickly. He's got 11 touchdowns this season. Watch him on a little outside release. He has a chance to catch this ball. He actually got his hands on it a little bit. 9 out of 10 times, he's going to catch that one.
Incomplete. Nice pass that time by Sperlin, about a half a foot shorter, and I think there could have been 6 on the board. Third down and 10 as Granada Hills now has to think first down. High formation for the Highlanders. No score. Ali gets his first carry of the evening. He gets the ball across the 40, but he's going to be well short of the first down as he goes to the 43-yard line. Down at the bottom of the pile, number 33, that's Terry Riles, who's going to be a tired young man before this game's over. He's not the normal starting fullback, but he is because of the injury to John Thomas, and he's also one of the inside linebackers. So it'll be Bob Allen back to punt. Allen gets a wobbly spiral. It's going to take a good bounce. Picked up there, and down he goes immediately. Looked like it was 22, Gerald Struckey, who played the ball for the Cougars. It was, and he was covered beautifully. I did not get the tackler, but boy, did he get down there in a hurry.
That was number 40 for Granada Hills, and we're trying to get a name on him right now because he hustled down there. By the way, Allen, who punted, is averaging 33 yards per punt, but good coverage by the punt team. We're going to get a chance to see it here.
All right, Tim
Allen,
Shadd is the man that you ought to keep an eye on, number 40 here.
Watch
He's there. There's the ball, and boom.
Great effort.
That's coverage. First and 10 for the Cougars. A fumble by Hardy. Penalty flag also down, but it looks like Hardy covered his own miscue, but a penalty flag down in the backfield. Boy, that's no time to get loose with the pigskin inside your own 15-yard line.
Well, Kennedy's been doing this all year. They've been making mistakes at key time. If they can control that tonight, they'll have a chance to upset this Granada Hills team, but they've been doing it all year. Remember against Taft, they made numerous mistakes, but we're still able to hang on to win.
What we thought was a penalty flag was just the official marking the spot. It was not a colored hanky that time, so we'll be careful that time. Hand off this time again to Hardy, and Hardy does not get much running room as he tries the left side, and he finds some company over there.
That appeared to be Dwayne Williams from his outside linebacker position on the blitz. Really plugged up the hole very, very quickly.
So it'll be third down coming up for the Cougars, and a lot of yardage to go. Third and about 13. So the Cougars and the Highlanders no score, but the Cougars in kind of a tough spot. This is a pretty tough position for them with a third and passing situation as Como goes in motion. Instead, the handoff goes inside to Riles, number 33. Terry Riles, 200-pound senior fullback, takes the ball across the 15-yard line, well short of the first down. They had to get to the 26 for the first down, so in all probability, it's going to be excellent field position for the Highlanders as they get ready to accept the first punt of the evening by Greg Friedman. Friedman, you may recall in our broadcast of the 3-0 victory over Taft a few weeks ago, was the offensive player of the game. He not only had some fine punting, but kicked the field goal that provided the only points of the contest. Friedman takes a snap a little high, steps into it. Wobbly spiral. It's fair catch is called for by Phobel that time, and I think he wished he had second thoughts about putting that hand up because it looked like he had good opportunity to return that punt. The ball taken at the 47-yard line where it's going to be first and 10 for the Highlanders in a scoreless first quarter. 2:37 remaining.
Well, whatever Granada Hills figured out between the series there, they were able to stop the Kennedy run game. The first series, of course, Kennedy going for about 50 yards driving, mostly on the run, but they were able to stop him on that series.
All right, lone setback this time is 32 rather, Ali, as they spread him out using a real pro set, one back offense. Sperlin looks right, now comes left to the ball. Still looking, now lets it go and overthrows his intended receiver. That is Dean Yoshitani, incomplete at about the 15-yard line. Defending on the play, among others, number 11, would be John Diggs for the Cougars. We mentioned a few moments ago the fine effort by Friedman, his punting and field goal kicking against Taft a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure Greg would like to not remember last year when he had an opportunity in the last half minute or so to win the ball game twice against Granada Hills, missing field goal attempts of 29 and 38 yards as the Highlanders prevailed in a 28-27 contest. Friedman hopes that he gets a chance to redeem himself this year. As a quick opener, busting through there. Let's see if that was a fullback, Bob Allen or not. Quick opener up the middle and moving the ball to about the 45-yard line was Ali, the junior 175-pounder who last year really impressed us as a member of the undefeated B team here at Granada Hills. And Ali will check out of the ball game as Mike Davis replaces him.
Well, Ali came into the contest averaging 8.2 yards a carry. They haven't given him the ball a tremendous amount of time, but when they have given it to him, he's been very, very effective. He has a lot of yardage thus far this season.
He picked up about 3 on that last play. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Granada Hills looking for that initial first down of the ball game. And it's going to be Sperlin to pass. Good protection. Throws in and out of the hands of the intended receiver that time. 22, Bob Allen. Good defensive effort defensively for the Cougars by Ron Hardy.
It looks like to me Kennedy's hooking on those folks man-to-man as far as the Granada Hills team goes. So they're playing them man-to-man. So let's see if that's going to change up anything for Granada.
All right, Allen to punt. Hangs one up there, beautiful. Going to hit it to about the 20, takes a nice bounce as far as Granada Hills is concerned, and is finally down near the 10-yard line, maybe at the 11.
Flag on the play.
Covering on the play for Granada Hills was 71, David O'Keefe, and I believe we have a penalty marker down. Nice kick that time by Allen. Really got an opportunity for the offensive line to get down and give him excellent coverage.
Well, he had a lot of hang time on it, and that's very, very important on punts. When you can put a lot of hang time on it, it gives your folks a chance to get down there and cover the punt, and that's the secret.
Anytime you see someone who booms a hard line drive kick, you're asking for trouble because that ball gets down there so fast, and if it's anywhere near the returner, he's got an opportunity to take the football in, look at the avenues that he might choose, and take off.
Yeah, besides that, he's on the run when it's a low-line drive, so he's really got his momentum going.
In the meantime, the officials have called for a timeout as we appear to have an injured player.
I think it was actually a personal foul. What I thought it was on Kennedy, but I don't want to speculate here.
You've called it right, Phil, against the Cougars. And after taking the opening kickoff and really moving the ball well into Granada Hills territory, the second 2 drives that the Cougars have not been what the coach likes to see on the blackboard. He'd rather have them pattern those plays from midfield or close to it, but in the last 2 deployments of their offensive units, they've had to take the ball inside the 20-yard line. This one's going to be down inside of the 10.
And that's really rough on a team that really likes to control the ball and run it for them to make an 80 or 90-yard scoring drive. They'd rather have the ball somewhere on the 50-yard line. It's a lot easier to score, obviously.
Dead ball foul puts the ball at the 5-yard line, so at the 1st and 15 to complicate the matters for the Cougars. They start from their own 5-yard line. And Hardy swings outside. Moves the ball up for about 5 yards or so. Nice effort that time as he went just outside of his left tackle spot and was able to move the ball to about the 11-yard line. A pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
I certainly hope Hardy brought his oxygen tank. He's already had 8 or 9 carries, and on that pace, he's going to carry the ball 40 times tonight.
He's going to be a busy young man with only 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. All right, here he comes this way. Swings outside, gets a block or maybe a push from behind. Hardy cuts the corner. He's the 35, out of bounds just at about the 35-yard line. I thought we might see a flag because I saw kind of a behind-the-back push by one of the white-clad Cougars against the Highlanders, but no flag was, whoop. Now they are throwing a holding penalty against the Cougars, so that's going to nullify a great portion of that nice run that time by Hardy as he took the ball from the line of scrimmage, which was the 11, to the 37-yard line. That's a 26-yard run, but it's going to go for naught as a result of the penalty.
Well, it was a very, very good run, but watch outside linebacker, number 22, Bob Allen. He's the guy that gets held. Watch it right here. He's held. Watch, number 33 grabbed his jersey, and that negates the play and a great run.
And he came right at our cameraman. Hopefully, there's our cameraman is on the ground.
Hope he's okay.
He is. We're tough. We came to play, too.
It's easy to say when we're way up here.
So the penalty, as Phil indicates, nullifies the very fine run by Hardy, who is spelling Carter this evening because of the injury to Roman. The ball will be now spotted back at the 15-yard line, second down. And Hardy's going to try the outside again. This time he's brought down from behind as he gets to the 30. He's going to have a bundle of yards before this ball game's over as the first quarter ends. In on the stop that time for the Granada Hills Highlanders was number 66, Barry Daniels, as we take another look at the final play of the first quarter.
Well, what a great call, because they went back to the exact same play. We weren't going to get a chance to look at it, but it was a nice call for the first down.
Danny. Okay, so we have a scoreless first quarter, and we'll be back with the second of our quarters in a moment. Right now, let's take this time out. For the Golden Cougars.
See if Granada Hills makes any adjustments to stop Hardy, maybe get in the gaps and do some blitzes.
And off to the fullback this time, Terry Riles. Riles takes it across the 35. They're running right at the Highlanders, and they're doing a good job of it. Down at the bottom of the pile, number 77, Mark Meyerhoff, 190-pound junior, plays the defensive right tackle spot. And now the officials are going to call for a timeout in favor of the Highlanders. They want a timeout. Well, I'll tell you, I almost said if I had to make book on this game, I'd pick Granada Hills by about 21 points. I just think that they, at least on paper, and their record indicates they just have too much. But, of course, whenever two rivals like this get together, you just kind of let discretion be the better part of valor and say, well, let's see how things develop. Let's not get sticking ourselves out on a limb.
Yeah, we have to think about Kennedy's had a very, very tough schedule the first 5 games, which Granada Hills had a little bit easier schedule. Of course, they had that big upset win over Gardena, 7-6, when their team was very, very pumped up for that game and upset Gardena. But you know, like you said, in a rival game like this, anything can happen. You got to throw all the paper away and just settle it on the football field.
I'd like to remind our listeners that at the end of this broadcast, Phil and I will select a player of the game, and to that lucky player will go 2 tickets to the UCLA-Cal football game tomorrow, Saturday. So there's something to be rewarded. I believe those are 50-yard tickets.
At least.
It's going to be third down now for the Golden Cougars, and about 3 yards to go. So let's see if they can keep the ball going here against the Highlanders, whose defense still has been tough enough when it had to be. All right, there's Hardy, and he's not getting away, although he's sure trying. He got hit back in the line of scrimmage initially by number 28, Danny Takahashi. Danny not too big at 160 pounds, so Hardy was able to shake him loose and fight across the 40 to the 41-yard line, where it's going to be very close. They say he's got a first down.
What a great effort by Hardy. Is actually hit at the line of scrimmage, spun, kept moving his legs, and was fighting for the first down. All those carries aren't affecting him at all. He likes it.
Boy, a lot of credit to the fine effort by number 3, senior Patrick Hardy. All right, quick pitch out this time is complete to 24, still shaking tacklers and on his way across midfield that time was Dwayne Fontenette. Fontenette filling in for the injured Dion Lambert. And Fontenette takes the ball for another Kennedy first down. The ball at the Granada Hills 47-yard line.
I think Coach Darrell Stroh has to be a little bit concerned at this point. Nobody's been able to move the ball in his defense like this all year, and he's got to be concerned.
Well, Evans has thrown 2 passes tonight, and neither one of them has traveled across the line of scrimmage. One actually turned out to be a lateral, which turned the ball over eventually. There's a handoff to Hardy. Quick opener, shakes one tackle, still on his feet. Down short of the 35-yard line, but what an effort by young Patrick Hardy.
I think we're seeing someone very, very special tonight. I think he's going to have a great ball game. He just busts loose, and he looks so quick tonight and so elusive. He's really kind of shaking the Granada Hills defense up. Watch him bust through the line of scrimmage, and he throws a little Gale Sayers move on number 25.
Yes, he did. That was Mike Davis, who's one of the deep backs, and Mike went right, but so did Hardy, and Hardy's right was Mike's left. First and 10 now for the Golden Cougars, as again they are putting an impressive drive on the ground. Quick handoff on a straight-ahead dive for Hardy, this time to about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. Pickup of a couple of yards. Second down and 8. As down in, at the bottom of the pile was Takahashi. A lot of tackles being made by the deep quartet of defenders for Granada Hills.
And that's not real positive for your defense. You don't want your defensive backs making all the tackles.
Up front you have 64 Scott Craven, 66 Barry Daniels, and 77 Mark Meyerhoff as we have a timeout. Linebackers, 22 Bob Allen, 52 Darrell White, 55 Kevin Hooper, and 35 Dwayne Williams. And the secondary, 10 Dean Yoshitani, 15 Carl Uragain, 25 Mike Davis, and 28 Danny Takahashi. Cougars going for a timeout with the ball at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's Coach Stroh out there again talking to his defense, and he's got a lot to say to them, especially that front interior line, because they're blowing some holes that Kennedy offense is, and he's got to think of some way to stop them, because Hardy's running wild in there. Maybe they have to, like I mentioned earlier, do some stunts, maybe blitz their inside linebackers, give up their strong safety, but they've got to stop that run game.
I don't know if Eric Evans, number 7, the quarterback for the Cougars, and Brent Sperlin, number 12, the quarterback for the Highlanders, fit into the same category, but it was about 8 or 9 years ago that a couple of fellows by the name of John Elway and Tom Ramsey faced off against each other in a traditional Granada Hills Kennedy game. A couple of pretty good quarterbacks that knew what to do with the football.
Absolutely.
All right, this time Evans has wide receiver split, but he still goes to that running game, and moving forward, a new ball carrier into the contest, number 1, that is Carl Smith. And Smith takes the ball forward for about 5 yards to the 30-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 3.5 maybe.
Well, I thought I saw number 2 in there, who is Roman Carter, who they said was hurt before the game. I thought I saw him in the backfield.